Hello, my name is Stephanie Gomez. This is assignment 4, diversity article review and presentation. The article I chose was Impact of Student Socioeconomic Background on Performance. The author is Jalish Gurung. I've included the link so you can access it as well. What is socioeconomic status? Socioeconomic status is the social standings or class of an individual or group. It is often measured as a combination of education, income, and occupation. Data illustrates that children from a higher SES families outperform students with a lower SEA families in public schools. I've included a chart showing data between kids in reading and math. How does socioeconomic status affect students' achievement? Students from families with higher income have more accessibility to resources such as private tutoring, educational camps, private lessons in art, music, and dance, and test preparations will give them higher test scores and better grades. Unfortunately, students from low-income families are unable to afford extra educational resources such as private academic tutors, educational camps, and ACT and SAT preparation courses. This creates an inequality between the high SES students and the low SES students. Students from high SEA households tend to have more parental involvement in their child's education. For example, they have more participation at the school and school functions. They are more concerned with their grades and check it on a regular basis. They will also do parent-teacher conferences to ensure that their grades are on track. On the other hand, students from low SES households tend to have less parental involvement in the child's education. They rarely attend school functions. They do not track their child's grades. They have minimal communication with teachers, and they show little concern or interest in their academics. Students from low SES households experience stressors that a child from high SES households might not experience. Students from a low SES families may be exposed to stressful living conditions, homeless shelters, constant relocating, overcrowded apartments, living with family members, no heat, no water, etc. Clothing for low SEA students includes used clothing, oversized clothing, out-of-style clothing, which can lead to bullying from classmates and low self-confidence. Low SES households tend to eat food that is less nutritious. In certain situations, students barely eat at home. Nutrition can affect students' performance in a negative manner. Students living in poverty have higher levels of delayed language development and other cognitive skills. Students living in poverty suffer from lower literacy rates and poor mathematical skills. A higher percentage of schools in low-income neighborhoods have a higher percentage of students in special education and/or needing support services. Students living in low-income neighborhoods have higher rates of behavioral and emotional disorders. I strongly agree with the author's point of view that SES has an impact on a child's academic achievement. Children from high SES families are not born smarter than children from low SES families, yet have outperformed them in school. Children born into poverty do not have access to the same academic resources and opportunities as their counterparts. Parental involvement is a major factor in a student's achievement. Students born into high SES families tend to have more support from parents. Parents from low SEA families tend to be less educated and work longer hours, which leads to less time being spent on a child's educational needs. Emphasis should be placed by school districts to close the achievement between high and low SES students.